Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about books that I've read kind of recently, and some of these I haven't read in a while, but these are the books that really changed the way I think and have really kind of, I think, steered what I like to read a lot into different avenues than I liked before. So let's just get into this video. So the first one is probably one of my all-time favourite books ever, and that is I Am Thunder by Muhammad Khan. This book was so unexpected. I just one day wanted to read a book and I didn't have a physical book with me, so I went on this app I use for ebooks and audiobooks, and I saw this book and the cover just really drew me, so I just picked it up and I started reading it, and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this book, and I absolutely loved it. I ended up crying at the end. I was just so emotional. It was so good. It's basically about this girl who's really uncomfortable in herself and isn't really sure what she is or who she is. She's a Muslim girl and she kind of is confused between her culture and her religion, and she doesn't know what to follow, and they clash sometimes, and in her head she's just like, I don't know really who I am. And then she meets this guy and he really helps her to understand what to him it is to be Muslim, and that in turn helps her. There's a whole story and it's good. It's such a heartwarming but also just a thought-provoking story, and honestly it's one of my favourite representations of Muslims in any book I've ever read. Most of them fall flat for me, but this one did not, and it really changed the way I think about my faith and heart. And the next one is Educated by Tara Westover. This is a non-fiction book, and wow, it was just so enlightening. It really taught me how important education is and how we have to understand that we can't just go on and on without really having some sort of education. And this is about a girl who her father and her mum don't really agree, more her father to be honest, don't really agree with her having a secular education. They want her to just be educated at home, help around the house, that kind of thing. They don't send her or her siblings to school really, and when she gets older she has the opportunity to go, and she decides to take it. She wants to go to university, she wants to learn, she wants to be in that kind of environment, and to her, because she had to learn that, and because education came so late to her, she understands and appreciates how much it really did help her and how it shaped her basically. And this book, honestly, I heard it recommended by Bill Gates, and that was enough to make me want to read it. But when I read it, I was like, wow, it's generally, I see why it had so much hype around it and why people were loving it so much. If you're looking for a non-fiction book that really tackles those kind of problems about education, I would really pick this one up. Number 3 is You Can Be the Happiest Woman in the World. This is another non-fiction. It's more targeted at Muslim women because it's talking about how you can follow your faith and how to become a better Muslim, and how faith can also link into how happy you are, and your belief, the stronger it is, the happier you can be, and how to bring that into your everyday life. This book was so good. I read it 2 Ramadans ago maybe, and I was just obsessed. I loved it. I read it really quickly, and when I'm fasting, I often don't like reading books and English words and stuff like that. I don't like taking and stuff like that because I'm always really tired and stuff, but this one, that didn't stop me. I read it so fast. If you're a Muslim girl or woman and you're looking for a book that really just kind of makes you understand and love your faith more, this is definitely one to pick up, and it really does break it down quite simply, and that's really important, I think, sometimes, because sometimes these Islamic books can be really wordy, but this generally isn't. So but the one I want to talk about now is another non-fiction. As you can see, a lot of these are non-fiction. I think non-fiction have more an impact on your life and how you think, but I think fiction has more impact on your heart and how you feel. So this one is The Happiness Project. This book has a lot of mixed reviews. I see some people literally hate it and they're like, no, it's really not for me. But for me, I adored it. It really made me think more about how you can be happy, you can feel sort of satisfied with life, but you're maybe not completely fulfilled and you're not at your peak happiness. You could be happier. follows this woman and she talks about how each month for 12 months, basically a year, she changed something small in her life, and how she saw a bigger impact in the way she was happy and stuff like that. So the stuff she would focus on is being less like angry towards her kids, treating herself more, focusing on like stuff that make her happy more, exercising more, having more energy, just those kind of things. And at the end, the last month, she would put more together and try as much as she could to incorporate them into her life, and she generally saw a difference. It made me really want to do something like that as well, because it sounds really fun and really good. Just like, it's nice to sometimes reflect on your life, because maybe your life isn't bad, but it also isn't perfect, and you can never get to perfect, but you can strive for perfection, which is better than just sitting there fulfilled in what you're currently living. And the last one is a fiction, because we're back where I normally read a lot, fiction, and that is the Kite Runner. This book, I heard people say it was emotional and heartbreaking, but I wasn't ready for how much my heart was going to be broken. I wasn't ready for how much it was going to affect me. This book talks about this boy who lives in Afghanistan, and he basically is kind of like wealthy, and he has a friend and dad that like live with him and kind of help them around the house and stuff, and that boy's kind of like his friend. Like, he doesn't see him as like below him, but he slowly realizes like how the world is like divided, and he starts to realize, and then he ends up in America, and then when he goes back it's just a different place, and he's just trying to come to terms, I think, with his identity and with the fact that his wealth allowed him to be silent for so long, and he's finally come to terms with how other people struggled and how he wasn't okay with what he did, but you can change who you are. Like, you don't have to be that person and feel guilty for that for the rest of your life. You can change, and it just made me realise that how sometimes we don't think about how actions affect others, and how sometimes our brains wide in a certain way that isn't necessarily nice or kind. And oh, my heart, like, I want to read this book again, and I just want to just like absorb everything again. And honestly, the writing of this book is beautiful. Like, it made me want to write a book so bad, and write a book that well. If I can write a book even like a quarter as well as that book is, I'll be happy, and I don't even care. So like, those are the 5 books like I feel just changed my life and changed how I think, and I would love to read again. Comment down below books that you think changed your life and your whole thinking overall, and change maybe how you read and what you read. Make sure you give this a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!